Hello, and welcome back to the Couch Potato Queens, the podcast where the tea is hot, the opinions are hotter, and the potatoes are, well, aggressively seasoned. I'm your host, Mackenzie, and tonight we are diving headfirst into RuPaul's Drag Race Season 18, Episode 11, The Roast of Alyssa Edwards. Can't do it good. Tonight, the queens had to grab the mic and sharpen their claws and roast none other than the tongue-popping, back-rolling, dancing meme herself, Alyssa Edwards. And let me tell you, some girls delivered jokes and some girls delivered, well, thoughts and prayers. Now, of course, I'm not doing this alone. Joining me are two of my fabulous co-hosts who always bring the laughs, the chaos, and the fun. First up, we have the hilarious Sam, and also joining us is Joseph Collins. So grab your snacks, grab your drinks, and tater tots in the chat. Let us know your thoughts on this week's episode. So let's get into it. Hey girl, hey.
Hey girl, hey. Excited to be here.
I know.
Boy,
do I will be back in a second. He dropped his drink. So,
look, I'm like Joan Crawford. I'm like Joan Crawford. I've got a fanatical devotion to Pepsi.
Your camera's off.
I know, because I'm using it as a flashlight.
So Vidoki wants to know, which of us is Kate Chastain? Probably me.
Yeah.
At this point. I'm probably chaotic enough and just enough of a bitch. It's probably me. And
the best player on House of Villains this season.
Huh?
And by far the best player on House of Villains this season.
I quit watching after Plain Jane got eliminated. I just haven't been able to get back into it yet. So I will probably try to catch up on that sometime this next week. All right. So what did y'all think of Drag Race this week? Yeah.
I'm Ashley. Which Ashley? I don't even remember which Ashley is.
So Sam is Ashley and Joseph is New York. I don't remember which one Ashley is either. Which one is Ashley?
Are we talking about on House of Villains?
Yeah.
From The Bachelor.
Oh, thank you for saying I'm pretty, Sophie. Okay. This episode, Rigamoris girl, Rigamoris.
Mm-hmm.
Production's hand 1,000,000%.
Production's hand was heavy. And we've seen it a couple times this season to make the stories they want to make. Because Jane is too dominant and they aren't giving us another Sasha Colby. It's messy.
Yeah. And I love it for the queen because I like the queen that we feel this way. And we'll get into who we think it is here in a minute. And I love the queen in question. But, it wasn't. Yeah. So we'll get into it. So let's get rolling on this episode. Dakota is out tonight. She has some family in town. So we are going to hold down the fort. So we start off from last week's episode where Mother Ru chose to keep everybody around for one more week. And we are still at the top 7. And Discord Adams is hanging on by 800 safety pins and a dose of delusion. And Jane Don't and Kenya Pleaser were named the top 2 of the week, battling it out for the win. So I thought that this whole little intro thing was funny because Kenya Pleaser was like, I think I need to be drinking whatever the fuck Miss Adams' delusional ass is drinking because bitch is working. I agree.
I love this Discord delusional storyline we're getting. And because she's in on it, she's not unaware. She's like, look, I'm going to go in confident every week. And it's working for her. That is the charisma that the judges are looking for.
Yep. Yeah, and I love it. And she's like, all I heard was that, one of our guest judge said that I should be a fashion designer. That's all I heard. I don't know what y'all are talking about.
If Amon told me I should be a designer, I would take that as a win, and I would put it on every show that I did, every piece of clothing that I ever did. But remember what Amon said about my clothes. So, I mean, that's going to do her more good out here in the real world than a win on Drag Race ever would.
Yep. So Vidovi asked, are you going to watch the special Bachelorette episode that is airing tonight? I am. I actually have the Oscars or whatever it is being TiVoed or DVR'd, and Same with The Bachelorette. So I'm going to fast forward and watch all the good parts.
And I got a bracket to fill out before I do either of those. So
Yep. Yeah, I thought that was just interesting, the whole little intro. And, I love the fact that Discord is not really letting any of their hate affect her. It's just kind of like Jinx Monsoon water off a duck's back. And it's like, bitch, I don't care if you don't like me. I'm not here for you. And I fucking love that about her.
we are never going to get another Lucy LaDuca again. And I'm so sad about it because it was such a good archetype and it made for such good television. But this makes for also equally good television. It's just different. Like Lucy, like they gaslit her into thinking she was delusional. She wasn't. She was a lot more talented than they gave her credit for. She wasn't delusional.
Yep. So we start off with a brand new day, and the queens are going to have a mini challenge where they are going to have to present themselves in before and after drag transformation videos for a perfume ad mini challenge. This was a cute little challenge.
This could have been a real challenge. This could have been like a legit real challenge too.
I mean, lest we forget, there's the season 4 perfume challenge, or sorry, season 5. Season 5 perfume challenge.
And wasn't it All Stars? Was it All Stars 2 or 3 where they had to produce?
I know All Stars 2. Oh no, what did they do? They had inventions in All Stars 2? I can't remember.
They did something, but it was like a branding challenge where you're All Stars, so it's like an All Stars branding thing. And I thought they had to do perfume on that one too. But yeah,
they've done like the soup cans, and they've done the juice. I just remember Candy Muse's like Special K milk was exceptional.
Sophie Duffy, you know what? She's a front runner of this competition. So I'll take it. Sophie Duffy said, "Oh my God, that looks like Kenzie." Thanks. Yeah, I thought Jane did good. I mean, she was funny, of course. I mean, I don't really think any of them were really bad. I've got screenshots of each one. Darlene with that fucking little shake and go wig. Like,
but how much you want to bet some of those wigs that the other queens were wearing for like this kind of like quick drag thing were just like, "Hey, Darlene, I need a wig."
Probably. Yep. Here's Discord in her Reba McEntire wig from a couple episodes back. Mikey looked the best to me, and deservedly so because she won the challenge. I look. I love Juicy, but girl,
it was so bad.
Where your clothes?
Like a busted can of biscuits.
Oh, a busted can of biscuits.
Like right here, where it's just her rib cage and everything is just falling over. It just. Girl, I get you trying to snatch your waist in, and I get you're trying to do it like, oh God, season 7 winner, Violet Chachki, but it's not, you're not giving Violet Chachki here. I'm sorry, you're just not.
I just also, her commercial was just, whoo, girl.
Yeah. Kenya Pleasers was also not that great. I mean, it was better than Juicy's, but it was just... Yeah, and Nini's was surprisingly very lackluster. I was not impressed with hers really at all either. It was just kind of,
I've not been impressed with her as of late, really at all.
Yeah, well, she's starting to get in her head a big time, and I feel like the storyline we're not getting is another autism diagnosis at the RuPaul's Drag Race mental health screening reveal.
Yeah,
a la Ginger Minj. I feel like we are moments away from Nini Coco being like, "I'm autistic," and everything making sense. Like, engineer, unnecessarily blunt, can't read the room. She's got a touch.
You know, that's how Ron Funches found out. He went on Trader and he got back and got tested for autism after everyone told him, you're behaving really autistic, Ron.
Can you imagine?
I'm in my 40s and I'm just now hitting points where I'm like, the way I am about certain, like, I don't really like to be touched. I don't really like to hug people. I'll do like a side hug. And there's just little things and I'm just like, I'd rather have a touch.
Just a touch of the tism.
Because there's nothing wrong with it,
No.
And that explains a lot. We find out that Mikey Meeks is the winner of this week, or the mini challenge. Do we agree?
Yeah.
I thought Mikey did a great job.
Yep. And Mikey also wins a fabulous little power where she gets to choose the order of the roast and the way that the other queens are going to be performing. I thought that was also, which I mean, I'm not surprised by it, but I was more surprised by where she, she said that she was trying to throw people off. She put Discord first, followed by Jane, followed by Juicy, Darlene, Nene, Kenya, and then Mikey closing it out. Yeah, yeah, she said she was trying to be strategic in it, but I don't really see that she was being very strategic. I feel like it kind of worked.
I do. And it's because she knows they're not going to get rid of Jane, so she can put Jane anywhere. She doesn't need to get rid of her biggest competition. She needs to get rid of her closest competition so that she can make it into the finale. And right now, her two closest pieces of competition are Nene Coco and Discord Adams. So she is going to disadvantage them the most because Jane's going to do fine no matter where you put her in the lineup.
Well, but see, that's my point though, is I feel like if you are at this point of RuPaul's Drag Race and you have gotten through all of the jumps and circles, and you should at least be prepared enough that, and especially if you're hosting, if you're doing drag and you're doing all of these other things, they can be like, girl, you're going first. Cool. Okay. I don't care which position you put me in. If you can put me first, last, before, after, whoever, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. And, I'm not going to worry about somebody else or if they're going to throw me off. No, I'm doing me. I can't do anything else but me. And Sam, you do a lot of stand up. So,
Joey does as well, right?
I've done it a couple of times. It's not, it's like a thing. If there is an open mic, I will stand in front of it and speak.
Heard. But no, I get what you're saying. Opening a show is tough, and for better or for worse, they do tend to knock the opener down a few points on Drag Race, which I think is kind of unfair. But I will say I thought that Mikey was smart staying away from Jane, putting sort of the weakest competitors on either side of her as a cushion, and then putting herself last. I thought she positioned herself really well. I don't think it needed a ton of strategy, right?
Yeah.
She built it so that she had a nice little break before she got to go to be more impressive, and she absolutely killed it. So I don't know.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
No, you're good.
The advantage of going last is you get to cross off jokes, whether they be too similar jokes or jokes that you saw that were on a subject that bombed. You're like, okay, I can slide this one in instead. So going last is almost as good as going first if you're good at this challenge. Have we ever seen someone go first and go home in one of these challenges? I don't think we ever have. I think we've always gotten the person who goes first is either safe or is in the top. So it's not really that bad to go first.
I think it's always, I don't really remember all the lineup orders, but none of them really stand out to me. But I mean, if I'm not a funny bitch and it's hard for me to come up with things, I'm going to find the funniest bitch in my area, or I'm going to go online and I'm going to hire someone to write jokes for me. And I'm going to be like, okay, I need you to come up with roast material for Michelle Visage, RuPaul, Carson Kressley, Ross Matthews, T.S. Madison, and then a bunch of just generic roasts that can go towards any drag queen, and then at least you got some stuff to work off of. And then when you hear some other people's jokes, that might give you some things to go like, oh, you know what? I could do something similar, but go this way with it. But I agree. If you're last, you have a large advantage to that because you can just check things off your little, Rolodex of hate, as Bianca Del Rio said.
No one is taking advantage of the writer's room style setup for this challenge. Like the way that they're bouncing jokes off they don't realize you're supposed to be bouncing these jokes off the room, not just off of Michelle and whoever happens to be there for the guest judge. And this is the second season in a row, I think, that we've done the writer's room style setup for a comedy challenge. So they really, if you are a middle of the pack queen, don't be afraid to be like, hey, if you're not using that joke, I'm going to take it. Or here's a joke that I have that I think you do well. None of them are doing that. I don't understand why they're not being, not even just strategic about it, but like, this is a way if you're a middle of the pack queen to set yourself apart. And if you're a top queen, to give yourself that Bianca Del Rio edit where you're just kind of sailing through it and you can help everyone below you.
I think though it's sort of like the Richard Hatch conundrum of like, no one's done it yet, and so no one's doing it. And it will take like that one queen to like step up and start doing that, I think, for them to get a little more collaborative. But also, I don't know, if I was in that position, I would let these girls bomb. Like, I want to win.
100%.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell them shit. And I don't know that I wouldn't pull a little Arietti and write down some good, especially if I'm going before a lot of these other bitches. I don't know that I wouldn't be writing down a few of their jokes and stealing a few of their jokes just to, you know, one up them, especially if I didn't like the bitch. But I mean, this season's a lot of kumbaya as well. So
it is. It's cute.
Here we found, I thought this was a cute moment. Darlene Mitchell sitting in the workroom and just getting so fucking tickled at herself and the jokes that she's telling. And Jane's just sitting there going like, bitch, you're fucking crazy.
This ironically reminded me of the moment of Alyssa going through her joke book and and like sitting for the host of Alyssa, or for the roast of Alyssa Edwards, that we get another like unfunny notebook reading.
Well, okay, and y'all, I'm the old one in the bunch, so maybe this is just me showing my age, but babies being born from the top of a ladder. What the fuck?
Are we talking about Juicy? Are we? Yeah. Oh my god! Oh my god! Like,
what? I don't.
No, like, is this Gen Z humor? Is this why they stare at us?
It's not funny.
6, 7. I don't fucking know. Like, yeah. So like you said, they go to the workroom with Michelle and Asuko. What did y'all think of this pairing? How'd y'all like? Y'all were talking about it a minute ago, but
well, I should say as Atsuko is a close personal friend of mine. We both appeared on Crowd Control on Dropout episode 3, I think, or 4. You can go and check it out on the Dropout Network. I love Atsuko. She's great. I thought that she gave really good advice to the queens, especially because Michelle's advice is kind of all over the place. And I thought Atsuko was really good at sort of reining it in and being like, here's actual good stand-up advice.
Yeah. Yep. I love that Dawn. They think they're throwing Discord under the bus by putting her first. And like, we'll talk about her actual performance, but her reads and the things that she was giving at the table read were actually really good jokes. I was like, oh, you know, and I'm thinking we might get a Discord win here, but like, I was a little impressed. And then all the other queens were like, you know.
See, I'll go a step further. I don't think she told a bad joke the entire time. Yeah. I think her delivery was really the
we'll get to that performance here in a minute. Yeah. So we are doing a toast to Alyssa Edwards, and I love how at the beginning it didn't say Alyssa, it said Alicia Edwards.
I missed that.
And then they put the Alyssa over the top of it.
I'll have to go check that out.
Alyssa looked good. Like, she looked good.
She looked incredible. Was this her Global All-Stars look from the promo?
Yes, I believe it was.
Yeah, she looked, I best she's ever looked.
Oh, 1,000%.
Now the wig was controversial in my household.
Oh.
I loved it. I thought it was big, draggy, and stupid. How did y'all feel about this wig?
I love the wig.
If you
I feel like Alyssa does big, over the top, dramatic hair, and you know that's just her.
Look at her shoulders. You have to have something that goofy if you're going to have shoulders that look like that.
Yeah.
Like just the points.
It's giving me Effie from the Hunger Games, like meets the Capitol, meets, the Mockingjay, all wrapped into one, I love it. Which again, Alyssa Edwards could come out with a bag of doo-doo on her head, and I would be like, yes, queen, So. Why did he not like it?
Oh, the wig specifically, it was just the styling of it was just not his cup of tea. I think he likes a more, like a big but a more natural looking wig. And I personally think that the super sculpted wigs can be really fun.
Yeah, I think so too. All right, so we have the queens, and first up we have Miss Discord Adams. And let me get our ranking going across the day. We're gonna base this off of Make It Rain. If you loved it, tip it $1 if it was okay, and smoke break if you thought it was horrible. All right, so up first, Sam, what you think?
Okay, Darth Gaydar here. I would tip $1. She was not my mother, but it was okay. I thought it was fine. I thought the delivery needed some work. It was safe.
Yep, Joey.
I'm tipping it $1. It's like she was just going through the cards. Like, I need to get through these cards as fast as humanly possible. And it may have been she just had a lot of material, and she's like, if I don't get to every single joke, I'm going to lose. I mean, someone will have to ask her that one day, like why she rushed it. But the jokes were solidly written, so I'd tip it $1.
According to Mikey, who was on Roscoe's, it was not the best thing, but she's like, it was a across the board safe. And she's like, we did about 5 minutes and y'all only saw maybe 30, 45 seconds, if that. So I think they edited it to fit the narrative that they were trying to push. I think it was once she knocked over her glass, it kind of threw her and she started kind of rushing things a little bit. And I think the glass fell on some of her cards. So, I mean, on that, I kind of understand it more, but I would still tip it $1. I would almost Make It Rain just for the outfit alone. And it's like, yes, Darth Vader, yes. But yeah, tip $1. Next up, we have Miss Jane Don't. Kick us off, Joey.
Make it. Like, is it a shocker? Like, Make It Rain, water is wet, fork found in kitchen, Jane's good at a roast. She's just phenomenal. Loved everything about it. The fact that they let her say blown out asshole and faggot on national television blows my mind. They didn't skip the joke at all, either one of them.
Why are you shocked by that? The Trump admin is in Washington, D.C., so the Trump admin wants, faggot to be blown across, everything, and blown out asshole. Well, Trump's used to having that from all of the McDonald's that he shits out of his ass. So
I was just talking about like the showrunners. They're like, well, we're going for an Emmy this year. I'm sure blown out asshole is the way to go.
What did you think, Joey or Sam?
Bring back slurs. Bring back slurs. This was really, I mean, everything Joey said. Make it rain. Jane is truly very quickly becoming one of my all-time favorite queens. She is just, well, again, we just from track record, we have never seen a queen this dominant before, and it's so much fun to watch.
I feel like the only time that we've seen a queen this dominant was Sasha Colby. But even Sasha Colby kind of had a dip down for just one episode. But I mean, I agree with you guys. Like, Make It Rain 100%. I thought her timing was great. I thought her delivery was great. She knew exactly how to set everything up and then slam it home, or slam it down Alyssa's throat, whichever one you want to call it. Next up, we have Miss Juicy Love Dion. This was a smoke break for me. It was so painful to watch. Like, one of my things is like hearing like nails going down a chalkboard. I would have rather heard nails going down a chalkboard than to watch this. What do you think, Joey?
She's so pretty. Like, she's so pretty.
We gotta stop giving this bitch passes on being pretty.
I know it's a smoke break, but she looks really good, and I don't want to take that away from her. There's just something about Juicy that just makes you want to go. I don't want to hurt her feelings.
Sam.
Well, she did wear hair tonight.
You know, now that you bring that up, every time she wears hair, she does badly at something.
It's kind of true.
Yeah. But she's also kind of bad at everything. So, I mean, tomato, tomato.
Oh, but we'll get there. But Mama can deliver a lip sync. And across the board, across genres. But no, this is a smoke break. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Next we have Miss Darlene Mitchell. What do you think, Sam?
Okay, controversial. I will start with, did I laugh? Yes. I was bewildered. I was back on my heels. I got the prop comedy thing. I thought it was a safe performance ultimately. I would have tipped it $1. Maybe made it rain, but probably just tipped it $1. It was fine.
Yep. Joey, what'd you think?
This is playing to your audience 101. Like, this really is. RuPaul, Ross Matthews, they're all older people that get the Carrot Top jokes. She knows who she's talking to. She's not trying to make us laugh. She's trying to make RuPaul and Michelle laugh. And I don't know what it is with people of that age, but they all love Carrot Top. I've never gotten it, but apparently he's funny. I'm not going to discredit that. He's very successful. He's very good at what he does, but he plays to a certain type of audience. And apparently RuPaul and Michelle and Ross are that audience. So I'm going to tip it $1, but I wouldn't have gone to it. It's not a show that I'd pay to see.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to tip it $1 just because, I mean, it was funny and I did laugh. However, I feel like, well, I mean, we know that they do the commentary for the episodes like the day after. So I feel like she went home and somebody says, that was very Carrot Top-esque. I don't feel like she was going in. I mean, like, I'm going to be like Carrot Top.
She's got a ginger wig and props.
Well, but I mean, I still don't think it. I think she has the props, and I think somebody said, "Girl, you're a lot like Carrot Top," and then she went with that because it sounds good. I don't think if you put her on another stage that she would be able to replicate what she did here. I mean, I just don't, especially compared to what she was saying she was going to do in the workroom compared to what we got then on the stage. Like, she had the bucket of props there, and then it started going, and because she was getting so many laughs, she just started hamming it up even more. It was lightning in a bottle, I guess is my point here.
Yeah.
So for that, yeah, tip it $1. But yeah, I definitely don't think this was a winning comedy roast. And again, it wasn't a roast. It was more of a stand-up comedy gig. And it was supposed to be a roast. There were other people who did better than her. I would put, and if we're just going to compare apples to oranges, I would put her and Discord at the same, right at 100% dead even level, And if you don't like it, sorry about it.
Yeah, because lest we forget, Darlene stumbled quite a bit at the beginning. And then once she started getting goofy and started getting those laughs, she was really able to lean into it. So This was a surprise win, I think, for most of us.
Next up, we have Miss Nene Coco. Let's see who went first on the last one. Sam, I think Joey. What you think?
I'm about to be shady. Like, this is a smoke break. I didn't like it. I didn't find it funny. It was a tinge mean. It was a tinge like meaner than you mean to be in a roast. And she's really got to work on her delivery. So it's a smoke break.
Yeah. What do you think, Sam?
Yeah, it's a smoke break for me as well. It was not great.
Yeah, it did come off a little bit too mean. And like Ross Matthews said, you need to find a way to put a little lube on it before you stick it right in. And I don't think that she's there where she needs to be yet. And I don't think, and this is, I mean, I'm trying to think of the best way to say this. So this shows to me a queen that has been able to out and performing. She's been in bars, but this is not a seasoned queen that performs every single weekend and is in a drag dressing room with a bunch of other queens, because this mean behavior and these mean little comments would have been snapped the fuck up out of her like a, bitch, you ain't fixing me talking like that up in here. So she's polished and she's great. She's booked and blessed, but probably not at the same club all the time. And it can show here because of this. Because like if she had been one of my local girls when I was a show director, and she was like that, I can be like, bitch, you can learn to fix your little attitude, or you cannot come back. And that's what this is giving. I think once she's seen herself on TV and made a few edits, I mean, I think she'll be, great. But
you do this at any local bar, you're getting the popcorn number. The number where after intermission, everyone's still coming back to their seats and there's like really no one watching it. Like, this is how you end up with like someone saying there's been a change in the order for the show. And they just like, no, bitch, you get out there and perform to like a bunch of empty seats and unattended drinks.
Yep, exactly. All right, moving on along, we have Miss Kenya Blazer. What did you think, Sam?
I tip it $1. I love Kenya. Do I think that she, like, if I'm sitting down for a show and I need to see a bad roast, I would like Kenya to be the one delivering it at least, because I enjoy watching her. But no, it wasn't good.
Was it Alyssa that said, was it her or Juicy that Alyssa said it's going to take you 3 times to come back from this, bombing like this?
Oh, that was Juicy.
Oh, was it Juicy? Yeah, we didn't talk about that, but that was a funny ass. Yeah. That's the only laugh Juicy got in her whole thing.
There's nothing worse than having a queen read your read back at you. There's nothing more embarrassing that will put you in the grave. Kenya did not have that happen to her. And she came in with the spirit. And I think that in another world, she could have gotten the Darlene edit. I said what I said.
Yeah.
What do you think, Joey?
Where's the lie? Was it ridiculous? I could like just listen to Kenya read names out of the phone book and she would find a way to make it funny and her mouth wouldn't match the words that were coming out. Like, she would manage to do both. And I enjoyed it. I'm going to tip it $1. I don't care if it was bad. It was funny. Like, well, she's someone that can banter, but in like a goofy, like thrown off way. And it always creates a moment, whether that moment was intentional or not.
Can we talk about the fact that RuPaul did not like her black joke, which shocked me? Ru loves being quoted to herself. And was stony. It took my breath away. I could not believe it.
Yeah, like RuPaul was not having any of it. But I mean, to be fair, it wasn't funny. And so I think, I think Ru was like, yeah, no, I'm not giving this a laugh because, I don't want people to think it's okay to laugh at, when it's not funny,
Ru looked mad, though.
Yeah, laugh at the slur when it's funny. Don't laugh at the slur when it's not funny.
Yeah. I agree with, and like they said, Kenya definitely has star power. She knows how to command a stage. She's got it with her voice. She knows how to work a runway. And as far as this goes, I don't even think I would have tipped it $1. I think I would have gone out, especially after like the jokes bombed and Ru didn't laugh on it. I think I would have just been like, yeah, I'm going to go outside. Because I got a little uncomfortable. And I'll get into more about my thoughts on her when we get to her runway look. And next up we have Miss Mikey Meeks. I'll start off with this one. I would have made it rain on Mikey. I thought she was hilarious. I loved that she brought back the little Drew Barrymore moment, especially since Ross was the judge, because Ross wasn't there for Snatch Game. So, being, and like referencing, Rossi, it puts the lotion on its skin or else, that was hilarious. And I love the little, little bit. Make it rain 100%. In my opinion, she should have won based solely off the roast. What do you think, Joey?
I think I don't like her outfit for the tone she was trying to invoke, but the jokes were funny. It's definitely a make it rain, but it was like make it make sense with what you're wearing. Same with Discord, really. Like no shade, but like realize you're going to a roast, you should be dressed like Phyllis Diller.
I think really the only one that really dressed really that great, in my opinion, was
it's Jane. It's Jane.
Yeah,
it's Jane.
Yeah,
it's always Jane.
I mean, at least Mikey's came close to hitting the floor. And Kenya, I like Kenya's dress. Kenya's dress looked good on her. It's probably one of the best dresses I've seen her in. But those three, the other three, I mean, Nene Coco's was okay, but it was just, I didn't like the shoulder pads on it. It looked like, yeah. But anyway, so how would you have ranked Miss Mikey?
Oh, it's make it rain. Like 1,000%. Did you guys see her on Drew Barrymore the other day?
Yeah.
Yes, it was so cute.
Yeah. It was great.
What do you think, Sam?
This is obviously a make it rain. I think she was going for sort of an old school stand-up kind of vibe with the and with the with her look as well. That's how I read it. Was sort of like an old Hollywood 50s 60s kind of stand-up kind of vibe. And I lived for that. I thought she was so good. I absolutely agree that I think she should have won this one.
Next, we have Alyssa come back out on stage, and I thought it was cute. She didn't do the whole lip sync, which, at this point she doesn't have to. She could just go out there and, but yeah, I thought it was fun. So getting into the runways, we're changing things up. We're going to be doing, the, normal slay of the day. If it's, iconic, mop it if you would steal it for yourself and you think it's great. Popcorn pass if it's meh, and a hot tranny mess if you completely hated this look. And first up we have Miss Discord Adams, and I'll go first on this one. This is a meh for me. It's like they said, it was a little stiff at the top. I wish that she had done like longer things for the flames to come out of the back and maybe made it a little bit more mesh on the top so air could work through it. We will see one of the eliminated queens here towards the end, and when we talk about the eliminated queens, what they would have done for this. And one queen had a look that would have been much better, that I think would have gone great for Discord. But I mean, I like the creativity of it and all the other stuff. It was just, when she came out, I was like, oh, this is what they're going to do with it. And then others just did it better. So for that reason alone, it's a meh. What do you think, Sam?
Yeah, I didn't really get the movement on this. This was a popcorn pass for me as well. There's a lot going on, and it's not all cohesive, I think. I agree with you. I would have loved to see more movement with the tool. So yeah, popcorn pass for me.
Joey?
If there wasn't a wind machine as the theme, it would have been a mop it. It's a popcorn pass because it just doesn't pass like the movement test.
Yeah, I agree. If it did not have the wind machine aspect of it, it would have definitely been a mop it. But yeah. And then of course we have the Discord cam, and I cannot believe her walk got so much better last week, and then it was back to being just absolutely horrid. But to be fair, I think that thing attached at the crotch, so I think it was difficult for her to walk on it. But I mean, yeah. Next up, we have Miss Jane Don't. What do you think, Sam?
Did you hear me sigh? I loved this. I love her old Hollywood headpiece. It is so glamorous. I didn't think that it moved particularly well in the fan, and I didn't care because it looks like that. This was this might be my slay of the day. This is absolutely a mop it for me.
Okay. What do you think, Joseph?
This is my slay of the day. Like 1000%. I don't, like I said, like Sam was saying, there's not a lot of movement with the wind machine, but there's just enough at the bottom that you get what the theme was, how it's supposed to flow, and it's just clearly the most gorgeous garment there, whether there's a wind machine or not.
I agree with Sam because this is going to be a mop it for me. And for the same reason that I just docked Discord as much as I did. I wanted to see more movement in it. And it moved a little bit, but it didn't move like it could have. I understand what she was going with, but all the tassel things, those are heavy. So, those are hard to move. If she maybe been able to use a lighter material, it might would have flowed in, better. But it's a high slay. Like it's right out of, it's a high mop, but it's almost at a slay of the day. But it's just, for the challenge and it being a wind or runway, it being a wind based, I wanted to see, like Priscilla, Queen into the Desert, movement. Next up we have Miss Juicy Love Dion. And Joey, what did you think?
Is that her bed sheet? Like, it's a mop it because like the rest of it is gorgeous. This would have been my slay of the day had the cape had a little bit more coloring, maybe that blended with the outfit better, but it just looks like a bed sheet. But she does have the best flow out of all of them with the wind machine, so it's a mop it.
Okay. Sam?
Look, this is hard for me. Okay, is it a bed sheet? Absolutely. But does it move in a way that was so compelling, in a way that no one else's train moved? Yes. The things that Juicy did with that fitted sheet were so gorgeous that I found myself sort of not caring. I wasn't like enamored with this outfit. I thought it was fine. So ultimately a popcorn pass. But I did think she used the fan better than just about anyone.
Yeah, I look.
Oh, don't do this to this girl.
Finish her.
What the fuck are you kidding me? This is a hot training mess. For the simple fact, I believe that she came. And if I'm wrong, so help me God, I'm so sorry. But I feel like she came to Drag Race with this outfit on, and then saw what some other people were doing, and were like, "Wait, it was supposed to move in the wind. We're gonna have a wind machine." And then I feel like she took that sheet off of her hotel bed and brought it in and sewed the little things on the wrist. Because I thought, is that a bed sheet? That's all I thought. That's a bed sheet. And, I don't feel like she brought that. I feel like that came from her hotel room and it was an afterthought. And would she have great choreography? Yes. But it would have, to me, been better if it matched her outfit. If it had that orangey, red, yellow, whatever. Or even if it was like a canvas looking thing from like an actual parachute. But this was an afterthought. And for that, that's why I'm calling it out on it. It just, yeah. Because that's all I looked at. And the entire time I was like, that's a fucking bed sheet. Like, cool, that's a bed sheet, but that's a fucking bed sheet. Like, if any other competition show, she would have been called out on that being a bed sheet. Anyway, next up we have Miss Darlene Mitchell.
I'll start.
What do you think, Sam?
This was a delightful runway. This is a mop-it, absolutely. I thought that aside from Juicy she gave the most character to the wind machine. She gave us a fantasy around the wind machine. I thought the scarf, it was very lucky that she had the scarf. I don't know if it was part of the outfit initially, but it worked here. And it was very long, so I mean, like, she probably planned for it. But the scarf, it didn't feel totally tied in, but it's still a mop it. I really enjoyed what she did.
What do you think, Joey?
This is the most elevated she's ever looked. Like, without a doubt. It reminds me of Joe Black's Seaside look from UK2, where he looked like she was having like the wind blown, and she like looks like she's out for a day, like she's in an old like black and white movie. She's got the headscarf and they're walking down the beach with the parasol. It's gorgeous. It's a Moppet for sure.
Yeah, I agree. She looks great. She looks like she almost looks like Julie Andrews in Princess Diaries here, just with a bigger bustier. But I mean, I love the story. I love the camp behind it. I agree. I don't think the scarf was meant to be with this outfit. I think it was also an afterthought, but at least it was in a color that kind of matched everything in a way. So I'll mop it as well.
And it also went with the theme. If you're out on the beach with a parasol, you're going to wear a scarf.
Next up we have Miss Kenya Pleaser. What do you think, Joey?
I love this. I think she looks like a fucking fairy princess, and I'm going to mop it. Because her makeup is still perfect. I'm never going to be able to give her less than a popcorn pass. And I didn't like it at first, and then they gave us a close-up on the wings. And the wings the more you look at them, the cooler they get.
Okay. What do you think, Sam?
I struggle with this one because I kind of live for this like lavender fairy fantasy and the big afro puffs. I'm just like, and I just love Kenya. Call me Paula Abdul. You can't make me hate her. It's I can't mop it. I give it a popcorn pass, but it made me happy.
This is why she's going to have a career after this, no matter how she lip syncs.
But she lip syncs well.
Yes.
Well, she did in this. The first time. Yeah, I agree that this looks great on her skin tone. The wings you can get for $20 off of Amazon, and I don't care for those shoes. She looks like a Clydesdale horse clomping down the runway. And her puffs are crooked. Like one looks like it's falling off the top of her head. Other people, it's 2 in a night. What the fuck are you kidding me? This is a hot, trendy mess. This is like,
saw it coming.
Like, look, this is the main stage of RuPaul's Drag Race. We've seen things like this before 10, 15 seasons ago. Like, if you're going to come to this point, your drag has to be fucking elevated up to up to here. And we'll get to it in a minute because, spoiler alert, she got sent home. But like even a couple of her other looks that she's going to be wearing for the rest of the season, they're just like, they look like old church lady outfits. And again, I feel like it's because she did come from South Carolina. She probably didn't have a lot of money to come in, and put into building out a great package. And we're so used to the Alyssa Edwardses and what was her name? Oh God, I just forgot.
Gottmik too. There was. I really think All Stars 2 ruined us forever.
Well, All Stars
look at the runway
with a lot of the fashions in All Stars 10. I mean, so I think because of that, it's just we expect so much more. I think once she has had time to get some Drag Race money and she comes back for an All Star season, I think she's going to be unstoppable because she's going to have Drag Race money to put into her looks. And that's what I'm excited to see from her looks. But yeah, it's a trainee mess for me. Next up we have Miss Mikey Meeks. I will start first. This look is my fucking slay of the day. When I heard about this challenge, I was like, I want someone to do something like Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, it flowing, a big ponytail that's also flowing back in the wind. And that's exactly what Mikey gave me. So Sam, what do you think?
Tangerine Dream Moppet. She looked so damn good. I mean, come on, stupid. If I would wear that everywhere and I would just drag that cape everywhere. I love it.
I would go anywhere, and like if I ever had an event to go to, I would wear this and I'd have that, and I would take my wind machine with me and I would have it set up at the end of whatever stage I'm on and just
Absolutely.
What do you think, Joey?
For someone that's known for doing like so many comical looks at bars, like you go to her TikTok and it's nothing but like ridiculous shit, comedy shit. We do not talk about enough about how hot Mikey Meeks is, both in and out of drag. Like, she looks gorgeous. Not just the outfit, like the way that the outfit is tailored to her body, the way that she's got it somehow to drape around her side at the proper angle for all of the
still. On RuPaul's recap, she made this herself.
Oh God.
Yep.
I mean, it's a moppet. It's this would have been, like I said, I had one that would have been I thought Juicy would have been a slay of the day if she'd gotten a proper thing to go with her thing. But this was my other option for slay of the day. So it's a high moppet.
Yeah, and you're right about her look. Like her look is just so. I mean, I've said it before. She looks like an old like Hollywood starlet. You know what I mean with her makeup. I mean, like, yeah, love it, love it, love it.
Stunning.
Yeah. Next up we have Nene Coco. What do you think, Sam?
I did really enjoy this. I enjoyed the performance more than I enjoyed the look. It's a low moppet for me, but the I was really hoping there were real ashes in there. The confetti was a little bit of a letdown, but still very fun. Love that there was like a piece of confetti that gave her an eye patch. It was a moppet.
What do you think, Joey?
I think there was a missed opportunity with the urn. I think it could have been metallic and it would have made everything pop better. I think gray was not a good choice for it. But she definitely wins best use of the wind machine. For sure. So it's a low moppet.
Yeah, I agree. It was, I mean, if you're gonna do the white urn, I would have been a bitch. I would have come out there with a picture of RuPaul on the urn and come out there and be holding it and just, you know, because that probably would have made it better. This was honestly, and it's like RuPaul said, when your skirt rode up and we saw the garters underneath, that was the most exciting thing about the look. And that to me says a lot. The comedy was there, but I'm going to give it a popcorn pass because she's done such great looks this season. And then she comes out with this. And it was just, yeah. And I also found it interesting that they switched the order because usually they go on order of the roast. And, you know, it should have been Nene followed by Mikey. Instead, it was Mikey followed by Nene. So I thought that was interesting that they switched it up. Maybe it's because of the fan and her having the stuff on the stage. They were going to have to clean the stage. So I don't know. But yeah, I found that interesting. With that said, who are going to be your tops and your bottoms for the week?
I would say Jaden and Mikey were the tops for me for sure this week. Bottoms, honestly, were Juicy and probably Discord. I think Kenya deserved to be down there as well. But I was a little surprised that Discord and Nene, frankly, survived this as scot-free as they did.
What about you, Joey?
they're normally so much harsher on the meanest person at the roast. That person almost always ends up in the bottom. And I don't know what they have planned for Nene, but it was pretty much Jane, Mikey, and everyone else. You can kind of interchange most people. There's a reason to throw every one of them in the bottom, except Darlene. Darlene should have been at the lowest safe, but I don't think she was up there on the level with Jane and Mikey.
Yeah. I agree. I don't think Darlene deserved to be in the top. I mean, she was safe, but I mean, I feel like it should have been Jane, of course, and then Mikey. I don't care out of those two which one would have gotten it. But I feel like Mikey earned it a little bit more because she brought in things that she's done throughout the season, just kind of, especially the Drew Barrymore thing. I love that. As for the bottoms, I feel like you just said, Joey, with Nene, I'm surprised Nene was not in the bottom because of the mean comments. And I mean, Juicy and Kenya, any of those three, I would have been fine with. And Discord to me was a low save. Like she was right at the low placement for me. But we did find out that the bottom two of the week are going to be, well, the winner was obviously Darlene Mitchell. And the bottom two is going to be Kenny Pleaser and Juicy Love Dion. Do y'all agree?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, any of the other ones could have been shuffled around and you can get a bottom two out of it.
Yeah. They are lip syncing to Total Eclipse of the Heart by Bonnie Tyler. This was one of my old go-to songs back in the day to perform to. And yeah, with the bed sheet, I mean, yeah, Juicy worked it with that fucking bed sheet. But Kenya was, I mean, and honestly, at one point, it looked like the fan was blowing so hard, it was like pushing Juicy across the back of the stage. How'd y'all enjoy seeing this lip sync with the wind machines?
There are advantages to having Athena Dion as your drag mother. And this, even if she has not performed this song, she has seen someone do this with a big flowy cape before. This is like one of the top 5 classic, like if you're going to a bar, like every drag queen should know this song. This is my karaoke song. Like this is just like drag 101, Total Eclipse of the Heart, I Will Survive, Hit Me Baby One More Time, just numbers you should know.
Yeah. And
being Athena's drag daughter actually was an advantage here.
Yeah, I agree. Juicy and I love the fact that we finally got a different side of Juicy in a lip sync. There were no flips, there were no splits, there were no shenanigans. It was just a pure lip sync and bedsheet choreography. But we find out that Juicy Love Dion is the winner of this week's Sasha, or she's gonna Shantae, you stay. But look, how many more times are we gonna have her in the fucking bottom? Like this is what, 5?
This was her 3rd. And so she enters a rarefied air of people like Coco Montrese and Cameron Michaels who've made it past the 3rd lip sync. I think she deserved it. Look, she served a ballad far better than I was expecting her to. I was really impressed. Just like y'all said, you can tell that she has studied at the school of Athena Dion. That being said, it's getting real slim here. Juicy is very good, but I could see them putting up one of these really strong lip syncers against her that we still have floating around to take her out. I mean, I don't think Discord is going to make it much longer. Juicy's sort of hanging on at the bottom. I could see them using her to take out a few more girls.
Yeah.
I really think that Kenya could have won this lip sync too if she would have just parked. Like, she did too much. If Kenya could have done just a straight park and bark of Total Eclipse of the Heart, there ain't nothing like it.
And also, there was one or two parts where she was behind on the lip sync, and it's just like a quarter of a second. But even that quarter of a second, when you have Athena Dion's drag child sitting over here doing choreography with a bed sheet, that quarter of a second means a lot. Let's look at these are just the rankings as of right now.
Look at that blue. Look at all that blue.
Yeah. So, I mean, Juicy Love, like, we have to admit, she's going to be one of the next ones to go, and then after that, Jane has the most wins out of anybody else. Like, Mikey has one, Darlene has one, Nene Coco has two, but, I mean, at this point, it's kind of Jane's to lose, in my opinion. But that also brings to say, like, and I thought this was an interesting question that they asked on Roscoe's recap, and I'm going to ask you too. Like, when you get to the finale of Drag Race, do you treat it like you do the Super Bowl, where everyone gets there and then everyone's on equal footing that night, and the best performance and whoever does the best that night should win it? Or should it be track record based, and you get there and whoever's done best throughout the season plus that night wins it?
I will say, I think that track record gives you a boost. I think that track record gives you a little bit more wiggle room to maybe not be as undeniably good. Now, I will say track record is not everything. Like, if we look at Sasha Velour and Shea Coulee, for example, a truly incredible lip sync in the finale can win it for you. But you have more sort of points, I think, that you have to make up for if you are behind in the rankings.
Yeah.
That is why production has gone, instead of a bracket system in the finale where it's 2 versus 2 and then those two go at it, to just eliminating 2 right off the top and having a final 2 do a final lip sync. And it's because they don't ever want that to happen again. Because I fully think that the finale of Drag Race is supposed to be a coronation. That's what the producers intend for it to be. They know who they're going to crown, but then you end up with, like, how can you deny someone like Sasha Velour a win? How can you deny Evie Oddly a win with that Edge of Glory lip sync? Like, there was no way to do so. So you have to play around that. Because what's her face? Auntie Grandma last season, Lexi Love, might have given Anya Nerve a run for her money in a finale lip sync. So or Sam Starr even could have given Anya Nerve a run for her money in a lip sync. So they had to just take them out of the equation.
Yeah. So, yeah, I thought it was very interesting because, to me, I agree. Like, track record should matter to a certain extent. But then, honestly, with it being Drag Race, I really think to a certain extent they're looking at track record mixed with how many followers you now have on social media, mixed with, what people, if the people are actually written, because that's why they say team hashtag. So I think it's a combination of all those things and the person who has the most hashtags, retweeted.
I don't think winning Drag Race does anything for your career. I'll be quite honest. Like,
oh no, it hinders it in a lot of ways.
Being good at Drag Race helps your career.
Yes.
Being a good television personality. Winning, you can take it or leave it. There are plenty of queens that have never won Drag Race that are very, very, very successful. And some
next year you are limited to the amount of things you can do. World of Wonder is going to control every schedule you do. If you want to perform at another bar, at a home bar, you have to get approval. Like, you're limited on what you can do while you're reigning, So, Kenny Pleaser writing her goodbye message. Here's some of her looks. That she was going to be doing for. She brought this one obviously because they don't want us to see anything else. And then the next one she said was the one on the left in the blue. That was the cover up. It was like a church lady outfit, and then underneath was the S&M or on the right was the red S&M thing that was going to be underneath. So it was a tearaway, and it was going to be like whips and chains, dominatrix type thing. So it makes me think that one of the next runways is going to be a cover up or, a reveal type challenge. And then there you can see the butterfly wings that Joey loves so much.
Look, the closer you look at them, they're not just butterfly wings. They're individual pieces of something, whether that be cellophane or something else, that are draped on it. It's not a solid piece.
It's like ribbons coming down off of it. You can get it on Amazon. Yep. Then here we go. Here are some of the eliminated queens looks. This is Athena Dion and what she would have been doing. And this is a burning I think her inspiration for this was American Horror Story Coven, whenever they burned the redheaded witch.
Oh, Balenciaga.
That was her. I love it. And this is what I wish that Discords did with the flames coming off of it.
Mm-hmm. This is stunning.
This is hot. This is Miss
Sierra Mist.
Sierra Mist.
Oh my god!
It was a kind of ghostly look, with like tulle coming off the back of it. Yeah,
it's giving Tim Burton Ghost Bride.
Ghost Bride. Yep. And then this is also Sierra Mist. This was the last challenge, the drag in a bag episode. This is what she made from those scraps that were in that bag. And that's why they had holes in them. And that's it. All right. Well, next week's episode, we're going, wrong button again. Next week's episode, we're going to be doing a makeover challenge, and they're going to be making over gay cowboys.
Yeehaw.
Let's do predictions really quick. Sam, what are your predictions next week?
Jane will be in the top. And everyone else will be trying to keep up.
What do you think, Joey? You muted yourself.
Joey, you're muted.
Joey, you're muted.
I think it's Jane's to lose next week. She knows now that I would have said this would have been Kenya's to lose because Kenya can paint a bitch like no one else. But now that Kenya's gone, it's pretty much Jane. Darlene might be able to throw together something really trashy. I fear for Mikey. I fear that they might throw Mikey in the bottom just to get rid of Juicy.
See, I could see them throwing Nene in the bottom to get rid of Juicy, but I honestly think it might be Discord.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's going to be Discord and Juicy in the bottom, and really? Then I think, I just don't know. There's something about Discord. Well, and we know that she goes home somewhere in this area. Because, of all of the leaks that happened last year and saying that she got kicked off. But, I mean, this would be right around the time that they said that she's supposed to be going. And it was said that she went home on a makeover challenge. That was what was said last year. So, I mean, that's how I would
Juicy send her home, though, and do a fourth lip sync?
I could see it being Mikey. Mikey has sort of been trailing behind on the design challenges.
Yeah. But if it's a design or they, using stuff that they already have. So, I mean, I guess it just depends on this cowboy they get. And if she's got, something in her bag, but Mikey seems like a resourceful and a crafty bitch. So I see Mikey coming. I mean, like, okay, I've got something to bring for this. That's like, if I was going to do the makeover challenge and I didn't think it'd be somebody I know, I would be coming with a big girl costume. And something that I could match with it, and then a skinny girl costume or something in between, and having 2 or 3 different options and then going from there. But yeah, I think it's going to be, I'm going to say Mikey and, not Darlene, Jane.
Discord?
Top. Mikey and Jane probably in the top. Just because to me, they're the front runners at the moment. Yep. All right. Well, y'all got anything else y'all want to talk about?
No, to me, it seems like they're eliminating the queens very, very strategically. It's like every week would have been the next week is the challenge that they would have done really well in, because they just know right when to pluck them so that they can't build any momentum if they don't want them there.
Yeah, and you know what, and I said this before, but one of the very interesting things to me too is every other season leading up into this, we have, the spoilers are pretty accurate and the leaks are pretty accurate. They've not been accurate since the 4th elimination. So, and I mean, they're just non-existent now. Like the order's not even the same. Like, so there's nothing out there. And so that is very interesting to me that they leaked the first 4 and then they lied about the rest of them. So that tells me that production is really trying to hide it and get under, But I mean, hey, the traders can do it. So if the traders can do it, why can't Drag Race? All right, y'all. Well, that's going to do it. That is our recap for RuPaul's Drag Race, Season 18, Episode 11, The Roast of Alyssa Edwards. Huge thank you to my co-host tonight, Sam and Joseph, for bringing the laughs and all of the hot takes. Before we go, we want to hear from you. Who do you think won the roast, and who made you laugh the hardest? And who had you staring at the screen like, oh no, baby, what are you doing? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because the tater tots debates are half the fun. Joseph, where can everyone catch you at on social media?
You can catch me roasting Coach from Survivor at Nosferatu2425 on Blue Sky. Coach and Joe in the same tribe is insufferable, and you're going to have to suffer through it with me.
Sam, where can they follow you at?
You can follow me on Instagram at Sam Meyer Comedy.
And y'all can follow me on X, Instagram, and TikTok at Kenzie_reality. And while you're there, you can also follow us on Facebook. You can follow Couch Potato Queens on Twitter at Couch Potato QWNZ. Instagram, subscribe to our channel at Couch Potato Queens on YouTube. And make sure you like and comment. And while you're there, hit that like button and smash that subscribe button. You can also visit our new website at www.couchpotatoqueens.com. And if you have content you want to send us, or if you want to collaborate with any of the queens, you can email us at info@couchpotatoqueens.com. And of course, if you enjoyed hanging out with us tonight, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss a recap, a hot take, or a shady moment here on Couch Potato Queens. We'll be back next week, same time, same place, breaking down the makeover episode of Drag Race. So until then, stay shady, stay fabulous, and remember, baby, to always wear your crowns. Bye, y'all.